Hey guys, welcome back to 25 Sweetpeas. Today I'm going to be showing you how to create these amazing pineapple pool floaty nails that I'm currently obsessed with. Also, on the blog today I will have a blog post going up with everything that you need to know about these, which will be linked in the description box below. So now let's take a look at how I did these. Okay, so for this mani, I'm just going to start off with a light blue base. Today I'm using OPI's Susie Without a Paddle. It's from the Fiji collection. And then I'm going to go in with some watered down cobalt blue acrylic paint and just kind of put it all over the place. I'm going to kind of dab it, and if I think it's a little too thick, I'll just continue to dab it like so. I'm going to add a little bit more water to the blue because the more watered down, the better it is in my opinion. So we'll just go in and kind of spread out this blue. And I'm just going to do the same on this nail. You just kind of want to give it a watery effect, and since you are watering it down, that's going to help a lot. And just, if you think it's too thick, you can always go back in with more water and just lighten it up. And it definitely does not have to be the same on every nail, because if you're looking at a pool, you're looking at the ocean, the water is going to vary upon place. So there are actually many different ways to do like water/pool nails, but I know some people aren't a huge fan of the gradation, and I know sometimes I'm not in the mood to do a gradation, but I want some watery nails. So I have found these alternative ways, and this is just one alternative way. If you guys want more alternative ways, I will totally do a video on a few of my other ways that don't require a sponge for those of you who aren't gradation fans. So now that I've got that done and I like the consistency, I think I'm going to add a little bit more on this one just to give it a few darker spots. Even that out. I'm gonna let that dry, and with the watercolor it kind of spreads out and makes some watery like marks, which is good for this design. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in with a baby blue acrylic paint and just add in a little bit of that. I might have a little bit of water on my brush while I put it on, just to help again with the watery effect. And if there were any places I thought that were too dark, or I just want a bigger contrast, I'm just gonna add it in here and there because, it's water. And it just helps mix it in. Then after I have this part done, the next step I'm going to do is gonna include white paint. Also, just in case you were wondering, the brush that I'm using is just a regular paintbrush. It's from Michael's, I believe. I couldn't tell you the brand though because I left it in water one time and part of the wood kind of came off, so don't have the name for you guys, but it's just a small little brush. Came from the art section at Michael's. So, okay, and with watercolors, this dries super quick, so I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the white in just a second. Also, fun tip, if you're using acrylic paint and you don't want to waste anything, just open your cap like this and use it from in there. You can put some on your brush and put it on a palette or a piece of paper and just water it down there so you're not wasting anything. I used to always squirt it out, and then I'd be I have a ton of paint there that I didn't use. And yeah, it doesn't cost much to replace it, but it's always a good idea to get the most out of things. So, just a tip. Now, if you're mixing colors, I would definitely suggest putting it on a palette, which I use this really messy palette. They're kind of tricky to clean, so I use it for polish and acrylic paint. And you can do the same. Next up, I'm gonna grab a berry wine Winstonia brush. Let me show you guys. Well, there, you can see right there. It is probably one of the finer ones in this set. And I'm going to use this with white acrylic paint. And again, I'm just going to go in with this. And I'm going to put a little bit on the brush, and I'm just going to kind of make little wavy strokes here and there. Just kind of you would in the water. This works for pool though too, so whatever you think. And if you think you got them too bold, just tap it with your finger. It's not going to hurt your finger, it's going to wash off really easily, so just kind of gives it that water-like illusion. You definitely don't want your lines straight either. You want them to have a bit of a wave to them. I think these are probably one of my favorite type of nails to do because they never look exactly the same as it like another time that you do them, and yet they look fine too at the same time. Like they always look pretty decent. So you're just gonna continue to go in with this. It's really fun to do, and if you are like, well, gosh, that white kind of shows up a lot. Once you put in your top coat, it's kind of going to mix everything together and it's going to look more complete. So just keep that in mind. Don't freak out. Because I know one time I did it, I was like, gosh, this isn't going to look right. And then I put on top coat and it was like, whoa, it worked. So now after you're done with these white lines, you can easily just stop and be done and add on your top coat and call it an ocean mani, but I'm gonna take it a step further in just a moment. Okay, so next up I'm gonna add a bit of a fun detail. Now, as I said just a minute ago, you could easily stop here and put on top coat and be done, or you could get fun with it and just create a fun summery design. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna make a pineapple floaty because I don't know about you guys, but I'm seeing them everywhere and they're just so stinking cute. And I'm kind of obsessed with pineapples lately, so I was going to do it in the cuticle shape like I did the other day with my life preserver on a mani that I posted for Memorial Day, but I have decided to go off-center today so I can get a bit more of a pineapple-y look. So I'm just going in with acrylic paint and that big paintbrush I was using earlier, just because I want to cover more space. And I'm going to start with a white base just because I find that easier to work with when you're going to put colors on top of it. And I'm going to be putting yellow, of course. Okay, so I quickly went off camera and I added in the side here because I needed to match it up so it would look right. So next up, I'm just going to go in and add the leaves. Again, I'm going to do those in white as well, just so it's all cohesive, accurate, I don't know the right term. So I'm going to go simple. I'm just going to put on a few, but I'm definitely, like I said, going to do it in white so the green will pop on top. But after that, I'm going to let this dry. Now, if you wanted to, you could do the life preservers that I did the other day, and for that, you basically just create like a half moon right here. You would just, do that. You'd paint that in white, let that dry, and then you'd go in and put in some white stripes, which if you guys would like, I could totally make that into a pictorial for you guys. It's been a while since I've done one of those, so that might be fun. Anyway, I'm gonna let this dry and then I'll be back in just a bit to finish this up. Okay, once my white has dried, I'm gonna go in with yellow acrylic paint and fill in the body of the pineapple. The pineapple ring in this case. And then later I'm going to go in and put in, the little details that you have a pineapple on. And I'm not sure if you guys can see, but on my other hand, I actually have a pineapple, which you guys probably saw on the blog already this week. I'm filming ahead of time, so when I am filming these, I never know what you guys have and haven't already seen, because sometimes, things get switched around. Things get busy. So once this is done, you're just gonna let your yellow dry. So far I love these. And I'm gonna go grab a green and we're gonna fill in those leaves. Is that what you call them? Leaves? I mean, I guess they are. pineapple crown. That's really what it is, right, guys? Okay. I'm going to go in with a Berry Wine Winstonia brush. This is a little bit thicker than the one I used earlier, just because I want to cover a little bit more space, but I still want it to be fine. And then I'm going to go in with a lighter green, and then I may go ahead and go in with a darker green. Hold on. I may go in with a darker green just to add some details to the leaves. I feel weird calling them leaves for some reason. I don't know why. I feel like they should be called palm leaves or something, but nope, they're leaves. Fun fact, my mama told me if you can pull out one of the leaves in the center, it means that pineapple is ripe. So there's a good test you guys can do. Okay, so now I'm just gonna try to make that into a point because the white wasn't exactly pointed, but you know, it's a pool floaty. It's not gonna be exactly pointed, right? Okay, now I've got my green on and it is starting to look like a pineapple, which is making me so excited. I'm really just into pineapple-y things for some odd reason. Not really sure why, but I am. So if you guys are like me and have an obsession with pineapples, be sure to go comment a pineapple in the description box below. Also, in the description box, in the comments below. Gosh, guys, I can't even talk. I'm so excited about these pineapples. So, if you guys want more pineapple nail looks, totally let me know because I have so much fun coming up with them. I don't know what it is about them this year, but the obsession is real. I actually have these really cute little pineapple string lights that I'm obsessed with right now. Okay, so now I'm just gonna go in with like a Christmas tree green and add in some, you know, shape to these. Okay, now that I've done that, I'm pretty happy. Obviously, you could add more or completely leave that out. That is optional and up to you. Next up, I'm gonna grab a light brown / tan like color, and I will show it to you in the lid just so you guys kind of know what I'm working with. It's not one that I mixed. However, if you don't have this light tan color on hand, you could easily take some brown and mix it with a white. So this is the color that I'm going to be working with, and I'm just going to put a few little like these so it looks like, you know, the texture of a pineapple. I've been noticing that a lot of graphic pineapple things have been using little dots too in the center of these, so I think we're going to do that today just to see how that turns out. And I'm just going to do those with this brush that doesn't have to be perfect. And there you go. I'm not sure how well that is showing on camera because these colors are kind of bright. But there's your pineapple floaty. Next up, I'm going to add top coat. And here we have the final look at this manicure. I really hope you guys have enjoyed this. I loved creating this for you guys so much, and it was so much fun, and I'm really enjoying wearing them. Totally makes me want to go to the pool. So thank you guys so much for watching. Anything that you may need to know will be in the description box below. Be sure to like and subscribe for more videos like this. And I think that's it. I will see you guys next time. Bye!